What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse red snow hate. So, I was watching Sports Talk TV, and they were talking about Daniel Dubois calling out Jake Paul. Not surprised. I know Arthur Beterbiev also called him out. That I heard beforehand. Canelo obviously still turns down the idea of him fighting Jake Paul. Let me explain what this is about. One, I guess Beterbiev and Daniel Dubois feels like, you know what, fuck it. All of these other people, they just look at what they just paid Mike Tyson, right? They're not making that kind of money. Look at what they just paid Jake Paul, right? For fighting old washed up guys, right? So why not we jump in there and make those type of paydays and put it into the circus show? You are not a real fighter, but you're getting real fighter money. So, if you really want a real fight, and this is the claims he keep making, that he's a real fighter, right? Okay, you got all these guys want to say Jake Paul's getting better, he's a real fighter, he's this, right? Yet, world-class fighters you want to shit on. World-class fighters you want to say, oh, they're not ready. World-class fighters need to sit the fuck down. Somehow, Jake Paul gets a pass. And it's okay for Jake Paul to jump in there and do what he's doing to make the kind of money he's making. You guys are fucking backwards and delusional and just a bunch of haters. And a bunch of immature morons. That's what that shit comes down to. So, fuck it. I go in there and make $20 million and knock this bitch-ass motherfucker out. You think that's not how they feel? Yeah, I go in there and destroy his ass, of course. And here's the thing. Jake Paul put out a challenge to Conor McGregor, who, like I said, the only reason Jake is going to call out anybody is because they're washed up or they basically are just trash and haven't peaked at all, and their peak is garbage. Otherwise, he don't want to fight you. He want no parts of you. So he can issue a challenge, right? He can issue a challenge to Conor McGregor, saying, like I told you in the last video, he said, I said I wanted to fight at 175 pounds, right? I wanted to fight you at 175 pounds, but that's not going to happen. Then he says, so why don't we do this old school style like the UFC used to be? No weight limit. Okay. Give Arthur Beterbiev that same deal. Because if you're not going to go down and fight up a washed up Conor McGregor in MMA at 175, you're certainly not going to come down to 175 and fight Arthur Beterbiev. So, why don't you do the same thing then? And I'll bet you Arthur won't have a problem saying, fuck it, I'll go up and wait for you. I'll bet you he won't have a problem doing that. You know that Beterbiev will beat the brakes off of you. You know that Canelo will beat the brakes off of you. You know that even Andre Ward, I believe, will come out of retirement and beat the brakes off of you. So, at the end of the day, what the problem is, and people don't understand, nobody's doing this shit simply just for legacy. In this day and time, hardly anybody's doing it for legacy. Everybody wants to get paid. This is their profession. This is what they do to make money. Who the fuck do you think don't want to get paid? So, why not come and make this money too? This is part of the circus show I'm talking about. Somebody need to shut this boy up and sit him the fuck down. He's the one that need to sit the fuck down. Not Jerron Boots Ennis. Not, Jermaine Ortiz. Not guys like that. Guys like him, who's claiming to be as good as world-class fighters, but clearly terrified to fight them. So this is all this really is. I want to make that money too. I want to make 20 million. I want to make 40 million. Yeah, I knock his bitch ass out. That's all the fuck this is. Why not? What, you think he's going to take them up on that offer? No, hell no. Claiming to be a world-class fighter, but afraid to fight a world-class fighter. Like he told Eddie Hearn, was it last year, the year before? I'm better than half of the fighters on your roster. Okay, prove it then. Step up and fight a real fucking fighter. See, he's talking shit, but he won't fight the level of competition that you'd have to fight to say, I am the best fighter or one of the best fighters. And you fools eat it up because the more they invest in him, let me put it to you like this. Like I said, several videos, and I said in my last video, for what Jake Paul is able to do financially, contributing to boxing, that's one thing. Him as a fucking fighter is something completely different. Hell, he's a misfit boxer, right? He could have easily just said, this is what I do. I fight legends. I beat all legends. That's what the fuck he could do. Right? You can't stop a person from getting in the ring fighting, right? So Why don't he just do that shit, right? Why couldn't he just have done that? And then even for people that hate him and want to see him lose and say, hopefully one of these legends are going to beat him, right? Guess what? That's all he'd be known for, because that's all he's doing now. But he's trying to get recognition as being a top-level fighter. He's getting top-level money. That's what he's doing. This is a cancer to boxing. It's not good for boxing. It's good for the individual pockets. It's good for the pockets of people that's getting paid. But boxing as a sport, nope. This is the level of bullshit that boxing has stooped to. Everybody think, like I said, it's good for the sport. It's good for the sport. No, okay, keep thinking that shit. Meanwhile, you got world-class fighters that can't get even fucking 1.5 million. And this dude got 40 million fighting a 58-year-old dude that just had 8 blood transfusions, who also received a $20 million payday. Yet, you can't get world-class fighters right now that's in their prime. They can't even get that type of attention because they don't have the publicity, the notoriety. Well, hey, you guys want to see Holyfield, Mike Tyson 3? Because Holyfield already put the tweet out. After all of that complaining that y'all just did about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, I'm willing to bet you probably more than half of you complainers would be tuning right back into Netflix to see this shit again. And then be all disappointed again because 2 old guys went in there and basically probably tripping over their own fucking feet, barely throwing any punches and can't even function after 2 or 3 rounds. And you'll be complaining about that too. Listen, if Tyson and Holyfield would have gotten there from the very first place, you know what people would have said? Hey man, one guy's 62, 63, whatever it is, and the other guy's 58, right? Guess what? We don't expect too much out of them. Mike Tyson fans, however, would be expecting Mike Tyson to be, just all of a sudden, but it's Mike Tyson. You kept hearing people say that dumb shit. But it's Mike. I'm like, yeah, we know who he is. The same old washed up Mike Tyson, even worse than he ever was. Mike Tyson. Yeah, it's Mike Tyson. Your point is what? Same thing. You remember, what was the guy named that beat Holyfield last time? Dropped him in the first round. Holyfield legs wasn't steady, and the ref just stopped it because, and Holyfield, that was his last fight. You guys forget that? So now what is Mike Tyson versus Holyfield 3? For what? Just for the fact that, hey, we still able to make a big payday? I mean, if y'all want to be a bunch of buffoons and tune in and watch that garbage and support it just to complain, I mean, what do you expect? I told you guys, plain and simple, if you listen to me, I'm explaining shit to y'all. I'm not complaining about the fight at all because I knew it was trash. Before it even happened, I knew we wasn't going to see one hell of a fight. I already knew before going in this was going to be some bullshit, and I told you all from the very beginning. But this is how things go. So, Mike Tyson already said he's open for another fight. It depends on the circumstances. And then even says, how about Jake Paul's brother? How about his brother? This is what boxing has become. That a 50-year-old washed-up fighter can go make $20 million. That's what Terrence Crawford is asking Gerard Boots Ennis for. You understand what I'm saying? This is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. I bet you Mike Tyson didn't make $20 million in his very last pro fight. And I'm not talking about that bullshit Roy Jones fight. I'm talking about when he got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. Back when he was 38 years old, I bet you that fight wasn't $20 million. And he's getting it. He just got it. And listen, I'm not mad at anybody for anything. You go make your money and do whatever you do. But this bullshit sport of boxing that's been so watered down, shitted on, pissed on, set on fire, had the fire put out, set it on fire again just to keep doing the same thing, just like over and over, just keep setting it on fire. I don't mean in a good way. This is what it's been reduced to. So anytime all people care about is what the headlines say, how much money somebody made, how successful the event was, even though it was bullshit, y'all go ahead and support that bullshit. But don't complain. Don't come on here jumping on the channel complaining and bitching about how it was a bullshit show. Because I guess maybe y'all think Mike just had a bad night. He got one more fight left in him. That's just how y'all do. And whoever Jake Paul calls out next, I really don't give a shit. I don't get into Jake Paul fights. I don't care about his fucking fights. When you give the boxing news and you talk about things and you try to go see, I told you guys, I could come on here and look at who all the favorite fighters are and just say nothing but great things about all the favorite fighters and just, you know, I don't cater. I don't do that. It's not in me to do that. But see, if I was a fake motherfucker, I could do that shit. So I can get my little 100,000 subscription YouTube plaque and everybody. No. Nah, it's not how that shit's gonna work with me. It's not how it's gonna work with me. You, Jake Paul, you, Mike Tyson, Evander, all you motherfuckers out there, YouTubers and all, y'all gonna make y'all money however y'all can. Doesn't make me angry. Doesn't upset me. I give the boxing news, and I I listen to what people say. I read the comments that people put in, and it's like honestly, a lot of you are the type of people that will see a pile of shit on the ground, and you will feel like because you have the right, you should have the right to walk through that pile of shit, that you should be able to walk through it and your shoes don't have shit on it. You would not have this sense to just walk around it and keep your shoes clean and sanitary. Nope, you'd walk through the shit and complain every time you do it. And when somebody says to you, why do you keep walking through this shit? Oh man, you just hating. This is the level of ignorance and stupidity of the people of this day and time. I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this, I'm being honest. I'm being 110% honest. This is the type of fucking mentalities we have around here now. People don't like the truth. They want to believe some shit, and because they want to believe it, get your little ass out of here. Yeah, because they want to believe it, they don't want to hear anybody speak the truth. Yet, you constantly complain about different events, different fighters, but you tune in to watch. Just like y'all tuned in to watch Floyd lose, and then he didn't do it, it pissed y'all off even more every time he won. Back in the day, Muhammad Ali said, 100% of the people tune in to come out to see me. 99% of them come to see me get beat because they think I talk too much, right? Yeah. He knew. He knew what his role was, and he knew what was going on. Along with the racist shit and all of that, he knew what was going on. Some of y'all just see things, but it's like you see it, you just don't even understand what you're looking at. Blood transfusions or not, just the fact that he's 58 years old and y'all haven't seen him spar anybody, all y'all see him do is the same routines over and over and over and over. The same thing I tell y'all about Deontay. Every time you see him doing a little weird ass little spin move he be doing and hitting them little foam sticks, and then you see comments, yo, the footwork is improved, yo, champ looking good, yo, the footwork is off the chain, yo, champ. And I'm like, what fucking video are you watching? What video are you watching? But this is what y'all do. And then when they go in there and disappoint, you just can't believe it. I don't understand what happened. Yeah, the problem, what happened is you don't learn your lesson. You keep thinking that bullshit is real. So, do I want to see Daniel Dubois versus Jake Paul? Nope, it'll never happen. Because Daniel's too young, way too young. Do I want to see him versus Beterbiev? No. Would I like for the outcome to be one of them going in and chin him in the first round and shut the fucking casual boxing world up and wake them up and let them understand what real fighters are versus what a YouTuber is? And you know what people do? They measure you by success. It's just like a pastor, right? He may understand the words he read in that Bible, and he may break the scriptures down, which very few of them really do it, to what the scriptures actually mean, not what they think it means, and really have a vivid understanding of it. But if that pastor he's not coming on TV, or maybe he's on a local access channel, oh, no, he's not as sharp as TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar or Joel Osteen or any of them other fraudulent ass fucking pastors, because they're rich and they're on TV. Yeah, with mega churches. They judge you by that. You could take a fucking rapper that can't rap for shit, just auto tunes and saying some ABC 5-year-old type shit, but guess what? He's a multi-millionaire, and that rapper that really have substance and really have shit to rap about, but nobody really knows him. He ain't shit. They won't even give him a chance. But one day, if you're playing that music and they just listen, they go, who's that? Yo, I like this. This motherfucker got some shit. That's just what it is. People just rebel against certain things and they judge you the wrong way. So yeah, anything that feels big, people want to be a part of it. That's just the way things are. Not so much for the long haul, but just I was a part of that. So if what happened last week was record breaking and that's what they focus on, to be able to say Netflix pulled off this and Netflix did that, but let's say that shit dies down, was it worth it? Just saying, y'all. People are all about quantity and not quality. Quality just goes out the window. That's in relationships, that's in everything. People just don't care anymore. So if you guys think that Jake Paul is brave enough to take Daniel Dubois up on his challenge, you're fools. If you think he's brave enough to take Arthur Beterbiev, who's 38, up on his challenge, you're fools. I told you, he won't even fight Francis Ngannou, who only has 2 pro fights. Yeah, he won't fight him. And he's 38, and Jake Paul's 27. See, still way too young. Way too young. Look, at the end of the day, you can complain all you want, but if you continue to support it, who are you blaming? Yeah, but they said, right, they said a giant once walked across the earth saying fee, fi, fo, fum. Do you believe that dumb shit? They said, yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of people said a lot of things, and some people like myself tried to warn you, you're not going to see no good fight, man. This is going to be some bullshit. Somehow y'all thought, I heard Holyfield, different people say Jake Paul didn't have a chance. Mike was going to knock him out in 1 round. I'm like, they still don't get it. Now, if they truly believe that, they obviously haven't seen Mike Tyson training, and they obviously know. And Holyfield was in there training with them. But that also is a testament of how much Jake Paul sucked as a fighter. But they don't want to say he sucked. He's a good fighter. Yeah, he's a good fighter. Really? Okay. And if he's a good fucking fighter, and y'all speaking like he beat a legitimate, world-class fighter, right? Y'all making like Mike not washed up and over the hill. So if that's the case, he should have no problem fighting at Daniel Dubois or Beterbiev. See, the problem with that is he doesn't deserve those shots, man. It's some money grab. You see? And real world-class fighters who can't get these shots. Shit. Okay, for that matter, he won't fight Dimitri Bivol either. He won't fight David Benavidez. He won't fight none of those guys. The only motherfucker with a name he might fight is a little motherfucker like a New Age. And that'll be the stipulation. You got to stay at 122 pounds, and I'm going to come in 227. He might try to do some goofy shit, like who knows? Maybe he'll fight a female. Who knows? Jake Paul don't want no smoke with no real fighters, man. And y'all know that. But once again, the same way how we can't control these guys, they're going to do what they do. They're in control. If they're going to sanction a fight with a 50-year-old and a 58-year-old and a 62-year-old, and we're not even talking about somebody 58 that's fresh and still full of life. Like, no, we talk about a 58-year-old that you can clearly see it in his body movements, the way he was walking, everything. If you saw those bullshit training videos, if you seen it, you can see, like, damn, Mike don't look right, man. What the fuck is going on with this guy? And they sanction it anyway. Because money overrules everything, see? When they want it to. Yeah. Think about it, y'all. They sanctioned that shit. That Mike even pass his physicals, or did they just say, fuck it, go get your money? Did he even pass his fucking physicals? But these motherfuckers don't care as long as money's involved. That's all it is. We gonna make big money. If y'all proud of Mike for making $20 million, like he's sharing the fucking money with y'all, that's that man's business. But if you gonna sit there and play dumb and make excuses because of the bullshit performance that happened in that ring, well, gotta blame yourselves. Gotta blame yourselves. So these guys gonna go out here and make their money. But the same way, you should be in control of what you do. Because listening to a lot of y'all, Y'all not even in control over how you spend your money. These motherfuckers make you spend your money according to y'all. They made me. They made you do it? Okay. Nah, you went out here and you supported the shit, and now you see what it is. So fall back and don't fucking fall for that bullshit again. If you watch something, stop watching it with this high anticipation. Just watch it and, hey man, let's see what happens when we tune in. Well, all this disappointment is like, damn, why y'all acting like y'all really thought y'all was gonna see a good fight? And according to y'all, not even a good one, a great one. I'm back, I'm better now. I'm better than I was. People are gonna see, I'm not the same fight, I'm better. Y'all believe that shit. Y'all believed it. Well, once again, no, they don't deserve a fight with Daniel Dubois. He don't deserve a fight with Beterbiev. But if you guys are gonna sit here and tune into the bullshit and keep supporting this guy, the more people talk about him, and he strategically picked people that have a name that can generate interest. That's what he does. Let's not forget, he already has a loss to Tommy Fury. So, yeah. And y'all said Tommy Fury is trash, right? So what was he doing fighting Tommy Fury? This is what I'm saying about you guys, man. Pay attention to what comes out of your own mouths. Pay attention to what's really going on and stop trying to make something be what you want it to be. What happens, I don't really care for whatever Jake Paul is doing, man. I mean, whatever he's doing, I don't give a fuck about all that. Whatever he's contributing to the sport, whatever, good, fine. Fuck him. I don't care about all that shit. Him as a competitor in that ring, the camouflage, the bullshit, what he's doing, he's making his money. But you guys that keep running your mouths about real fighters and all this shit, but look at what you do. You support nonsense. Give that same type of support to Terrence Crawford and Jaron Ennis. Yeah, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see a fight between Boots Ennis and Crawford because Boots ain't ready. He need to sit the fuck down. But you entertain the thought of Jake Paul fighting any fucking body. It's like ridiculous to me. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.